Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello brothers and sisters. I hope you all are doing well. In this video we are going to make this drop-down project. In most of the websites you must have seen an FAQ section where you get a list like this, and when you click the bottom bar get open and you see the question and you read the question answer, and you click on it again and it just get closed. By the way, we are going to achieve this by using our two techniques. The first one is using CSS, simple, that when you hover you get this bottom bar open, and when the other is using JavaScript, and you click it gets open. So without any further delay, let's jump into our project. Let me just close it. The VS Code is opened, and first of all what we'll do, we'll use H1 here. I'll say drop down menu. Let's just save it and go live. By the way, I have set it the color in the CSS file. Let me tell you why I am using CSS here. By the way, I'm using CSS here because the CSS is a preprocessor, and it provide us easiness, you can say, to write CSS. We don't have to write the class's name again and again, and we can use nested CSS too. If you know about it, then it's well and good. If you don't, you can take a tutorial from anywhere. I have not made any video on such tutorials. By the way, before starting, let me just clear you that I have imported two fonts from the Google. The first one is Tilt Neon and the second one is Pacifico, and you can import this from the Google. I have set the background of the body. If you see here, you don't see the style, by the way. Why? Because I have not compiled my CSS to the CSS. You know what? The browser just understands only CSS, okay? And when we write our CSS style, we have to convert that CSS style into CSS before processing it to the browser. So how we can do that? I am using extension, which is Live CSS Compiler, and it provides me a button here. What I have to do, I have to just open the CSS file and I have to click on that one. It will start watching CSS, and if you see here, it has created two files. If you have not seen, let me delete these two files and let me show you it again to you. When I'll click on go on CSS, and when I'll just click, wait a minute, when I click on watch CSS, see here the difference, the two files will be created, okay? And clicking on watch CSS, it creates two files. And now what we have to do, we have to link this CSS file, okay? And this style is the final and compiled version of the CSS. Right now I'm not using any CSS feature, that's why you can't see the difference. Both are the same files. So let me just close it. You'll see it in some time. Okay, if you want to learn CSS, you can just go and learn it. I will try to make a video, but right now my focus is not that. My focus is the project. And now if I go, now you can see here, and the color of the body is white, black. Now let me do it color white, and display would be flex, justify, no, align items would be center. Why? By the way, I'm going to use flex direction column, good, and width would be 100%, and the padding would be 4%. If I just save it, if I go here, you can see it's in the center, but the font size is not good. So to target that, we have to target H1. Font family will be Pacifico. If we go here, we don't have that. Okay, because we didn't specify the sans serif, so it was not taking. We can increase the line height. Line height can be 1.5 and we can increase the size a bit, 40 pixels. Good, now it is looking beautiful. Let me just increase letter spacing a bit, letter spacing 1 pixels. Yeah, now it is looking good. Drop down menu. Now we have to create a drop down menu first. To do that, let's go to our index.html. To do, I'll create a main, and inside main I'll create a dot list, and in list what I'll do, I'll create a dot showcase where I will have the button, and it will be p hover me, and there will be an icon which would be taken from the FontAwesome. If you don't know how to take it from the FontAwesome, you can go to the Google and find the CDN link, and if you don't if you want to get it directly, I'll try to paste it in the description if I keep remember. Okay, here I have to give the class of fa angle down. If I go here, I don't get anything. I think f is solid. It is. Let me go here, and oh, here it is. By the way, here it is. We need to just give the class. Now we have to style this. How to style this? Before styling it, let me add gap here. Gap would be 2em. Now as you can see, this is a gap. Dot list, and here I have dot showcase. That's the benefit of using CSS, that we can use nested style. Now I'll style here display flex and justify content space between. Good. Okay, now I need to give the width of like 3 or 280 pixels, I think. Now as you can see, this is done by and if we see in the compiled version of CSS, now dot list and in here dot showcase, it is automatically doing this because we are using SAS and using our SAS compiler, live SAS compiler, so we don't have to worry about. We'll just write it in SAS format and it will convert automatically into the simple CSS, and which will be connected to our index.html. So it's an easy way to write the CSS. That's why I like to use SAS. And by the way, in real projects, most of the cases we use SAS because it is easy to manage that. Good. Now as our dot showcase is done, now we need to add the style to the dot list. And what that would be, border thin solid white. Good. Padding would be 1em. Good. Now that is too much. Now to do that, top bottom will be 0.75 em. The left right would be 1 em. Good. Now we can increase the 300 pixel. That is looking fine. Good. Now what do we have to do? Now we have to create a list below this. To make that, dot drop down, and here we'll have, and instead of giving the div, let me give it ul, and here we'll have li, and li will be, this is content 1 d2 d3, and here we have it. To do that, let me go, and in the dot showcase we have a p tag. Okay, font size will be 14 pixels. Good, and the I can be font size of 18 pixels. 18 is too much, it can be deleted. 14 pixels. Yeah, good. Now if I try to style the drop down, I need to down here, its li will be styled, font size will be 12 pixels, and I would like to give the padding of 0.75 em, 1 em, and the border will be thin solid gray, and from here I would like to give it like this. Good. Let's just add a bit padding. To do that, what we need to do, we need to give the padding here, display grid gap would be 0.5 em, and here's a good one gap, no, 0.25 would be. And here in the list tag or list, we can also add display of grid and gap of 1 em. Good. As you can see, it is looking fine and very well. Now we just need to add the style, but to do that we have to first make it small. How we can do that? Let me go here and inspect this. Inspect. We'll see how much style it does need. I think height would be 44 pixels. Yes. Now we need to set overflow hidden. Good. Come here. Height will be no. Max height would be 44 pixels because we need to add the animation. To add the animation, we can't set height. Okay. Max height would be 44 pixels, and the overflow will be hidden. Now it is added. Now we can add the functionality when you hover on it. To do that, what we can do, dot list, it will be included by using this and operator, and this is the syntax of the CSS, hover, and when you hover on the dot list, the max height would be 100 VH. Now you may be worried why I'm using 100 VH, because I don't know how much height it does need. Okay. Oh man, I'm setting the style but it is not taking. You know what? Because I didn't refresh it. I'm really sorry I didn't refresh it, so it was not taking, because we gave the style here, so it was taken by here, not the style we set it in the our SAS. But if you see, it is automatically taking the given width. It is not taking the 100 VH or 400 pixel. Even I set it to the 100 VH. You know what? It is not going to take it. It is always going to take the max content it has. If I increase the element by going here, if I say 4, it's going to make it like this. It's not going to take the 100 VH height because we gave the property max height, and maximum height can be 100 VH, otherwise take the auto height. Now we just need to add the transition here, and it will automatically transition all 0.5 second, and it will automatically, if you see, it is taking this, right? We did a mistake. We don't need to do it 100 VH because it is going to take the height 100 VH. That's why it is so fast. So if we try to do it like 300 pixels or something like that, it will be easy. You know why? Now we can use ease in out. You got the point? Because it was taking the transition according to this height, so it was taking doing so fast. Now it is going slow because we just gave that you have to take it according to the 300 pixels, so it is going to take the time taken by 300 pixels height. Okay, it's good. Now since this is done, let me add the transition to the hover. We can add when someone hover on it, we can add our rotate 180, nope, 360 degree, just rotate 360 degree. And to rotate, you need some transition, by the way. I transition all 0.5 second. Here we have it. Good, that is done using the hover effect. I hope you liked it. Now we are moving to the click effect, how we can add that using the click button. Okay, to do that, let me go to this one and do it like this. Okay, let me add list 1 and the heading will be list2 class, and here we have to showcase 2 because we need to get this showcase button. Okay, if I go here, we have the same effect, but since we want it only on this one, so we need to say here that if the class is dot list one 2, then you need to do the hover effect, otherwise don't do it. Why it is not doing on that one? Dot list one, oh no, list one, sorry, list one. Good, do it on this one, but don't do it on this one. Okay, it is doing on this one but not doing on this one. Good. Now we are trying to add the click event on this, so we need to get this in the JavaScript. Let me go here. Since this is all done, delete it, const. To get the element, we will say showcase is equal to document dot query selector dot showcase 2. Why we are getting showcase 2? Because showcase 1 is getting used by the first element. Okay, we are going to get the showcase 2, otherwise it will get this one, so we don't want to get this one, we want to get this one, so I'm using showcase 2. So showcase dot add event listener, which click, when you click you need to add to run a function. I'm using arrow function. Now here, get the element of list is equal to document dot query selector, get the dot list 2. You know why I gave the class dot list 2? I hope you get this right now. And why I used dot list 2? Because if I use list, it is going to get this first element, so that's why I used list 2. So it is going to grab this element, and we have to add our animation here, or click here, so I get this element. Dot list 2, get the dot list 2 element, and if list dot class list dot contains which opened, if it contains opened, list dot class list dot remove opened. Okay, open, and then after that just return. Okay, otherwise list dot class list dot add opened. So by the way, what are we saying? That what you have to do, that when someone clicks on you, okay, go into this function, select the element, and if that element contains class opened, then remove class opened and just return. And if there is no class opened, then add class opened. That's it. And for that we need to add the class opened here in .dropdown, and here we can do .list2 .opened. Okay, the same stuff we did here. Copy this and paste it here. Good. And when someone clicks, why it is not working? .list2 .opened. By the way, we are saying and we should be saying and, I think. Okay, good. That's what we were missing. We needed to use and operator .list1 .list2 .opened. If these three classes are involved in you, then you should do the max height 300 pixels, otherwise don't. So when someone clicks, there is no class opened, so when the class opened added, its height increases to 300 pixels and it gets opened. Okay, and when someone again clicks, it go here, it checks, does it contains? Yes, it contains. What it does, it removes the open class and then return. Now let me show you the demo. Here, see, in list2, that opened is there. When someone clicks, the open will be removed, and there we go, open is added, and there we go, open is removed. That's how it is working. Now the question may raise in your mind, Rolf, okay, you did it well, we believe that you did it well, but what if we have a lot of elements? Are we going to get every element one by one and do the stuff? If we have to, then it would be a big headache, right? We need to get every element, and we need to get to add event to every element. No, you don't need to. By the way, what you can do, you can just copy the 3 times. It is added 3 times. But now the problem will be when I click on one, it will be working on this one, just this. Why? You know why? Because I am getting the first element. Query selector, what does this query selector do? It get only the first element. Okay, now what we can do, we can add all. So it will get all elements, and now it will get all the showcases section. And now we can add event listener to every element. Showcase dot for each, and that is item. And now we'll add the same event on every item. Item dot add event listener, and but it would be click. Okay, copy this code, just copy this code. Good. And paste it here. Okay, now let me tell you one thing. Now what is that item? Let me console log this first, so you could get what are we talking about here. Log item. You know what is going to do? It is going to get console. These are the 3 elements. By the way, if we try to do that, it would be headache. How? Because we are getting these showcases, the section where hover me, and this button is, oh, by the way, don't hover me, let me do it. Click me, copy this, click me, and click me. Good. Now by the way, we are getting these sections where only the click me and this arrow is placed. Okay, this div is we are getting this div. What if we get the whole section? Okay, what if we get the whole section and then we get this inner section? That would be a good choice. To do that, we'll go there, and instead of document.get.showcase2.list2, right? Okay, now list2 is getting by here. Now we can select this and add event listener to this one, right or not? Yes, we can. How? Let me show you. Now we are going to create a constant showcase equal to item. Oh no, that should not be, that should be list, and here also list. Const showcase is equal to, we use document.query selector. No, right now we'll not use this. What we will use item dot. Okay, we are getting this item, and in that item we have a showcase, so we'll say item dot query selector what dot showcase to get this item showcase section, and now add event listener to this. Showcase dot add event listener, click, and when someone clicks on you, what you have to do, you have to add this styling if item dot class list dot contain, because what is item? Item is the same list in which we were using here, right? Document.query/list2. Now the same item is coming, so we don't need to add this, but we can get it directly by using the item class list dot contains. Sorry, contains, I think, yes. If it contains what? Opened, then do list dot class list dot remove, not list, brother, item dot class list dot remove opened. Okay, and after that just return else, not else, we did return, we don't need to use else, item dot class list dot add opened. Now we can just remove this code and also remove this code. remove this too. Now we are looping through. Good. When someone clicks on this, when someone clicks on this, clicks on this, clicks on this, clicks on this, and this is how it is working. How it is working, we are getting these three elements and we are adding event listeners to all of them. If you see here, we are looping through them and we are adding event listener to every showcase 2, and with the same length of code we did that work for every list. Even you have millions of FAQs or millions of lists, and it is going to work the same as it is working in this one. I hope you get that. In some cases, what you want that one should be opened and the other should be closed, right? When someone clicks on you, right, not you, this box, this should be open, and when someone clicks on this should be closed. Both can't be open. In some cases you need that. We can do that too. To do that, what you can do, we can make a function. The function name will be remove opened. Okay, and here what we can do, we can remove list dot for each item. Oh, it is giving me the hint automatically. I don't know how. Good. Now what we can do, we can loop again to remove the class, and we'll call this function just right here. Okay, and if we go and click on other, one is going to be closed, and this is how it is going to work. When someone clicks on this, the other is going to be closed. When someone clicks on one, it is going to be open, and when someone clicks on the other, the opened one is going to be closed and the other is going to be open, and then you can close that too. How this is working, let me explain you. When someone clicks on this, since there is no class added upon this, so this code is not going to run, right? Because this element does not contains open. Now this is going to run. This function will be called, and when it comes to here, it is going to remove the open class from every element, and then it is going to add the class to the same element on which we clicked. That's how it is working. When we click on this, first of all it removes from every element, and then it add upon it itself. Sorry. So this was a project. I hope you liked it. By the way, I don't like this much, because if someone wants to read the article that is related to this FAQ that is related to the above one, and if he opens the user, the other will be closed. What the hell? He would say, okay, I have to keep that in mind to read the other one. No, I don't want. I want both open at one time. So we can just remove this, because we don't want it, because it is not a good user experience. Someone can open both and read both. It's his choice. I hope you like the project, and I'll see you in the next one. Please consider liking the video if you like this. Thanks again. Allah Hafiz.